everyone, welcome back to my channel, and in this video I am going to cover a very interesting topic. So a lot of my viewers dropped me a text that we are a bit confused between whether we should go for LLM or we should go for agent. What should we go ahead and build it for our requirements? So thinking about all those questions, I thought let's come up with a video in which I will try to cover few things like when should we use LLM, and when should we use agents, then what all things these can do, and the third question which I'm going to answer is whether these both can be done together. So let's get started with the very first thing, and that is LLM versus agents. So what these two terms are, or what is the difference between these two terms? So there are few key pillars where we believe that. So here we have 4 pillars, and on the basis of these 4 pillars we can see that what is LLM and what is agent. Let's start with the very first one, which is core functionality. So when we are talking about LLMs are basically designed to understand and generate human-like text. So they are very good in tasks like text generation, or if you want to translate something from one language to another, when you want to summarize something, and even for the scenarios where you are working with questions and answers. So these are the places where you can think that LLM is the best choice. Whereas when we are talking about agents, so agents are designed with the purpose to perform the task autonomously. So they can make their own decisions, they can interact with your environments, and they can do many things. They can execute the actions and adapt to the dynamic conditions, whether we have trained the agent for those things or not, but still it can take the decisions till very high extent. So this is the major difference when we are talking about the core functionality. Coming on to the second point, which is autonomy. So LLMs are generally passive and they respond only to the user prompt. They don't take actions independently by their own. Whereas when we talk about the agents are like very active and they can operate autonomously. Once you have set the goals that what this agent is all about or what that particular agent has to do, it will go ahead and try to execute your request based on this goal which we have set against it. So this is what autonomy is. Coming on to the third part, which is learning capability. So LLMs are trained on large data sets and their knowledge is static after training. So once they are trained, that's all it is. But of course, we do have a provision wherein we can periodically update those LLMs. But in a nutshell, I can see that once your LLM is trained, the LLM has only that much knowledge. It will not go ahead and expand itself or educate itself. Whereas when we talk about the agents have much more capabilities which our LLMs are not having. So common use cases for AI agents are like they can learn from the real-time interactions and the feedback when they are talking with a human or even the other agents or the system. They are more adaptive as compared to LLMs. Coming on to the fourth one, which is about the applications. So they both have their own applications. So the common use cases we can think for LLMs are, like I said, for content creation, chatbot, language translation, as well as the code generation. But when we are talking about the agent, we are talking mainly in terms of certain kind of automation like RPA, which is robotic process automation. When you are thinking about autonomous vehicle, that's where we have the agents. When you are thinking about the game bots, when you are thinking about the smart home systems, or even the most common example is the Siri and the Alexa, you can consider these kind of systems as an agent. So I hope I made myself clear like what is LLM and what is agent. Let's talk about another thing, which is when should we use either of these or both of these. So we should go for LLM whenever we need to process and generate human-like text, like I said, chatbots, content creation, language translation, code generation. But whenever we have a requirement like where we need to perform the task autonomously, or we want to interact with the environment, like opening a file on the file system, typing something into your file, or saving that file, or sharing something with somebody, dropping an email. So all these things we can do very easily using the AI agents. So these are the two major use cases where you can take a call that you need to go with LLMs or you need to go with agents. Let's talk about the final question, which is, can these be used together? Of course, both LLMs and AI agents have their unique strengths and can be clubbed together or used together to create more sophisticated AI systems. So let's take an example. So that LLM can be integrated into an AI agent to handle natural processing tasks, while agent performs action based on the LLM output. So let's say you want to create an application in which you have some text which needs to be translated to some other language. So the translation part can be taken care by LLM, but using the text and sharing with somebody or writing into a file is the task which can be taken care by agents. So that's the reason I'm saying both can be clubbed together to get more sophisticated AI based applications. So I hope you find this video useful, and do let me know what all other doubts are you having when you are going through my videos. Thanks for watching.